Hello and welcome back to Movie Reviews. It's the first movie review of 2016. Why am I holding up three fingers? I don't know. I was going to hold up six and I was like, I don't have six, so 5, 3, 2, nothing. Welcome to the first movie review of 2016. Unfortunately, since CES, I haven't got to the theater to see any of the stuff that came out. There's currently 4 films out. I think that's why I held up three fingers. As I was going to say, there's 4 films out right now that I want to see, with at least 2 more coming out in the next couple weeks. So I will be getting around to seeing those at some point, so look forward to those. But today was a special occasion because it was a one-time only showing, so I had to go see it. And that is the best of Rifftrax, Starship Troopers. I couldn't pass this one up. I love Starship Troopers. Yes, I know how bad the film is, but something about that film I just love. Could be the awesome nude scene with everyone in the shower together. No, they kind of skip over that in this. Yeah, just something about the cheesiness of that movie. That's one of those movies, like everyone says, everyone always looks at a movie and it's like, oh, this movie's so bad it makes it good. And like a lot of times I look at it, I'm like, no, it doesn't. That movie's just bad. And like I don't find the humor in it like a lot of people do. But then like other movies like Starship Troopers, I absolutely get it. Like that movie is so bad, it is ridiculously good. So yeah, I guess when people are trying to explain to me why they like certain movies that I just can't see the appeal in, and they're like, oh, it's just because of how bad it is, I guess I could just think of Starship Troopers, because that's one of those movies for me. So then we got Rifftrax doing Starship Troopers. Of course I gotta go see it. Now the thing is, this is part of the Best of Rifftrax series, which means this is a old Rifftrax live that they're re-releasing for the year. This one was originally filmed back in 2013, in August of 2013, as they kept showing on the bottom of the screen repeatedly. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It was like 4 times throughout the entire thing they put it up. And it was during the live segments where they cut away from the movie for a second. So, was Starship Troopers any better with Rifftrax doing it? Of course it was. Starship Troopers, honestly, like most of the time, I was more watching the movie than I was really listening to what they were saying, just because of how much I love that movie. But at the same time, like as they were talking over things that were going on, their jokes were pretty good. Mostly their jokes at Denise Richards, because I don't really know Denise Richards. I don't watch that many of her films, but like they just kind of gave off this perception of her just being this bubbly airhead type of person. Like at one point, she's just smiling at the camera, and she's like, "I like cupcakes," or they're like, "I like cupcakes," and like making fun of her. And then like another time, she stops smiling for a second because she smiles through the entire movie, and they're like, "Smiletron 4000 shutting down," or something, like making jokes like that. So of course you laugh at those, but overall, I'm still more or less laughing at Starship Troopers and how awesome of a movie it is. Yeah, so not really a whole lot to say about this one other than I love Starship Troopers and I love Rifftrax, so seeing them together was awesome. Wish I could have saw it originally back in 2013, back when I first started doing these. No. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think our theater that I worked at got Rifftrax. Well, maybe some of them did, but not my location. So yeah, not really a whole lot to say about it. Like I said, I love Starship Troopers, but for all the wrong reasons. And Rifftrax is great, so when you have a movie that's already so laughably bad, it's kind of hard to add to it, but they do a good job of it. Other movies where they're so bad that you need a laugh and they still try, that's even better for Rifftrax. So I don't know where I'm going with this other than I saw the movie and I had fun. Yeah, so as far as a star rating, for Starship Troopers, I give that movie a 5. God, I love that film. It is just so bad it has to be a 5 on my rating. No, not really. As far as a legit star rating for Starship Troopers, I'd probably go probably not any higher than a 3, but not lower than a 3, if that makes sense. It's just one of those, like, it's a movie I've seen. But because of how much I love that film, for all the wrong reasons, I'll jokingly say it's a 5 any day. As far as the riffing, this is another one where they added something to it, but at the same time it felt kind of short. I also believe this might have been around the earliest stages of Rifftrax Live, because they mentioned having to do a Kickstarter to get the rights to this film so that they could do the riff. So I believe this might have been one of the earlier. I don't know how long they've been doing Rifftrax. I know how long they've been doing Rifftrax. I don't know how long they've been doing the live versions. So this might be one of the earliest live ones. So, it's probably still finding their footing. Or maybe not. Maybe they've been doing it for a while, and this is just one of those ones where it's kind of like, okay. You added a few laughs, but unnecessarily, because the movie's just laughably great by itself. So as far as the riffing on this one, I'd say it's a solid 3.5-ish. I'm going to say 3. Like I said, they added quite a bit to it. I laughed quite a bit, but at the same time, this is one of those films that just didn't need it. I mean, it makes enough jokes at its own expense. It doesn't really need 3 guys randomly saying stuff, although the Denise Richards jokes were great. And as they mentioned, they're all kind of friends with the actors. All the actors support them doing this movie. So obviously the actors know how hilariously bad the movie was as well. So it's all in good fun, but yeah. So as far as the riffing, I'd give it a 3 solely because as fun as it wasn't a necessary thing. I mean, I still had fun watching it, but like I said, the movie's it's so laughably good on its own, it doesn't need the riffing. But the riffing was still fun. And now I'm just repeating myself, repeatedly repeating myself. Yeah. So, not much else to say about it other than that. We're going to keep this one short. So, there will be more movies coming up. Like I said, there's 4, possibly 5 out now that I want to see, and some more coming out soon. I just have to get off my ass and go to the theater once I get over what's left of this little bit of cold from CES, and get my sleep schedule back in order, get my work schedule back in order. Some stuff's changing on my work schedule again, which is probably going to throw me off for a little while. But there are more coming up, I promise. I might actually go see one in a few minutes. I don't know. Maybe I'll go see Leonardo DiCaprio get raped by a bear. I don't know. But anyway, so that's it for this episode. Again, as always, thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, rate, subscribe, and share the video. That helps our network grow, lets me know what you guys want to see, and allows me to produce more content. So, until next time, we'll see you at the movies.